You're a gambler, a degenerate like us.
How much you want to bet?
I will bet you $1.
Don't let people tell you who the underdog is,
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
even when you run out of money.
I declare bankruptcy!
We help you put your money where your mouth is.
Balake. Where is Balake at?
This is Make or Blake with our insider, Blake Rubin.
Welcome back to another week here of Make or Blake, brought to you by KevsCards, your one-stop shop for amateur trading cards. Boys, welcome back here another week, another successful week for some of us, not so successful for others. Blake, we got a busy weekend, and it's not just football this weekend.
Yeah, 24 hours prior to Championship Sunday, we got UFC 257, McGregor versus Poirier 2. It's a rematch of, in my opinion, the fight that made Conor McGregor a star, and they couldn't have picked a better opponent in Dustin Poirier, who's just been on nothing short of an amazing rise since that loss to McGregor back in 2014. And Middy, I know we've been talking about it nonstop, back and forth, and I'm really excited to get into this, as well as what's shaping up to be a really interesting Championship Sunday.
It's always fun when we have weekends of, like, there's UFC cards every week, but it's always fun when you have like that special card. And whenever McGregor is on the card, it's going to be one of the highest grossing events of the year. The UFC cannot afford to lose McGregor. And even for the time that they lost him, like, they were trying to wait for so long to bring so they could have some fans back. And then eventually it was like, okay, we need to make some of this revenue, but I'm going to be paying for the pay-per-view. No one's going to be paying for the pay-per-view, but I'm also super excited for a Sunday of amazing football. So let's just do these picks and let's get it going.
Yeah, really big weekend, and it's been like a year since Conor last fought as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Blake, let's just get right into things, though.
Wait, what's our records? I thought we were going to...
You want to do the records?
Yeah,
I don't want to
bury him. I want to bury him before he makes his picks.
I'm fine with skipping the records after last weekend, because the majority of my records seem to just shatter within the first half of each game.
I didn't know how I don't know how you didn't see
the Patty Mahomes going down. How do you not predict that? You're supposed to be our betting expert. How
ridiculous.
do you not know Mahomes is going to go down? Blake, last week you were 1 for 3 for a two-week total on the new maker. Blake, 2 for 6. Middy, you had yourself a little bit of a better week, 2 for 3, a total of 3 for 5 in the first couple weeks here. And I went 3 for 3 last week, although you guys have been giving me a little bit of shit for not picking tough enough games. So say what it is. I'm 5 for 6 so far for 2 weeks. Blake, go ahead here. Let's hear your picks for the football on the Smitty and Middy Show Maker Blake here this week.
So for the football, I can't imagine these going wrong. Now that I say that, we don't know, but these are definitely one of the safer bets I've taken, because I'm starting to get frustrated with the football gods toying with me. I'm taking the Buccaneers money line. I understand it's in Green Bay. It's home field advantage for the Packers and everything like that. It's a cold weather game, most likely, or not even most likely. But let's face it, if there's one quarterback outside the NFC North that you want in a cold weather game, it's Tom Brady. It's the guy who spent 20 years playing in nothing but snow in Foxborough in January. So I really liked also how the Buccaneers looked against the Saints as opposed to the Packers and the Rams. I think they definitely had the tougher opponent to deal with. And when Brady has an offense clicking, there really is no stopping it. So I am definitely taking the Bucs money line. And speaking of Brady, I also say you take him to have the over on 200 yards passing in this game. Only 3 times this season, including last week in the divisional round, he has been under the 200 mark. And, he was 1 yard short of that last week. So we all know how efficient he is in this time of the year. We all know how dependable he is in this time of the year, especially with the stats. I'd say that's definitely one of the safer bets. And with the UFC, it's such a big deal.
Wait. Let's get the NFL out of the way, and then we'll go back. We'll double back to the UFC. How's that sound?
I'm so excited for it. I can't.
I know. Let's get the football out of the way first. You know what? If you're gonna give me Tom Brady at plus money in any playoff game, especially a championship game, yeah, I'm gonna take him. And you know what? If you're gonna give me Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills at plus money, I'm going to take that too, especially not knowing if Patrick Mahomes is going to be playing. And if he does play, is he going to be at 100%? I mean, it looks like he broke a toe or did something to his toe. On top of that, he hit his head pretty hard. He's in concussion protocol for most of the week. He's not going to be at 100%. I'm going to take the Bills on the line here this week. And then that's going to give me my bet from the first week too, on the AFC Championship. So that'll be a double dip for me. I'm also Actually, that was my only football this week. I got 2 more UFC. So how about you go ahead?
Did you have one more, Blake, or was it just the one football for you this week?
It was 2 football.
I had the 2 football this week, and I got 1 in the UFC.
One
You
in
said
the
2
UFC.
football.
Oh, geez, I don't pay attention.
You said 200 yards and the Bucs.
Jesus Christ.
Just go.
Okay, I like those picks, but here's the thing. I'm worried about that game in Green Bay. It's supposed to be freezing. It's supposed to be snowing. It could go the Bucs' way. It could go Green Bay's way. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Mitty's already been giving me flack for this pick. I think the over-under on that game is about 51 right now. I think it's going to go under. Tampa Bay has only won 1 game in Green Bay in the last 17 years, and that was in week 3 when it wasn't even cold. Sure, Tom Brady's played in the cold before, but I just don't see them putting up a whole lot of points in this game. I'll take the under on that one. The other football pick, I've been going with the Bills money line the last 2 weeks. I'm not going to change it up now, and they're actually plus money right now, so I'll take the Bills money line any day.
Do you want to rip them for the under, or you want me to?
I'll start. You can.
All right, I'll take it.
After. What makes you think that this is going to be an under? What has these 2 defenses, aside from their rankings online with all the stats you can throw, shows you that these are 2 teams that are going to slow down 2 of the hottest quarterbacks right now, who are also, either near 40 or past 40, which is unbelievably unprecedented.
It was just such like a disappointed mom, like why didn't you do your homework? I just love that. I mean, like
Go
you
to
said,
your room.
yeah,
You are in timeout until the second half of that game.
2 of the best offenses in the league with 2 of the most veteran quarterbacks. Let's not forget 2 quarterbacks that are destined for the Hall of Fame. Pretty easy. So many weapons for Tom Brady. And let's not forget too that these run games are actually very good in their own respects. So I don't how. And it's not like they haven't played in the snow before. Like Rodgers has played in Green Bay for his whole career.
If this game goes under, you guys both owe me a drink because I'm just getting ridiculed right now, and I will not take it. I will not stand for it. It might be a terrible pick, but I'm 5 for 6.
Yeah, okay. Blake, you want to start with the UFC?
I love how, because it's a McGregor fight, everyone's getting more cocky and everything now, especially with these predictions of the under. I still can't get over that. I'm going to try to, but with UFC 257, not only is it a great main event, and it's such a important main event for the lightweight division, the co-main is also very important for it because we're getting the debut of Michael Chandler, who was a 3-time lightweight champion with Bellator MMA. He's widely considered the greatest talent that organization ever had. And he's going up against Dan Hooker, who was Poirier's last fight. They put on what was arguably the fight of the year in 2020. These are 2 guys that not only are known for their striking, but known for their ability to withstand a ton of punishment. And that's why I say the next bet you should take is for the co-main, Hooker versus Chandler to go the distance. The gas tanks on both these guys are just so highly acclaimed. There was talk of Hooker even getting that McGregor fight because of how well he performed against Poirier. So that, I think, is one of the surefire bets to make on Saturday.
You could not have fit Hooker into that conversation one more time. And I'm such a child that every time I smiled. This fight is really intriguing. Being Chandler's first fight in the UFC, I think he's going to want to stay on his feet. He's going to want to kind of drag this out, not stay on his feet. He's actually going to want to get to the ground. He's going to want to drag this out. He's not going to want this to be a quick result. He's going to want it to go the distance. So I really like that pick. I just don't see him taking the risks that would need to happen in his first fight to, possibly get knocked out. I think he's going to want this fight to go as long as possible.
I agree.
And that's the thing with, Michael Chandler, especially with the UFC debut, is that you either have to decide, do you want to play it safe and sort of try and secure the win, or do you want to more go for the gamble and put on a show? And let's face it, anyone who watches a fight knows they prefer to watch the striking aspect, the boxing aspect over the wrestling, unless you're watching someone like Khabib, where it's just so unbelievable what you're seeing. Hooker is one of the taller lightweights, which I think it'll make it very difficult for someone like him to get taken to the ground, though.
All right, so we'll move on to the main event here, the McGregor versus Poirier. My 2 bets on this UFC card, I'm going to take McGregor Poirier under a round and a half, and I'm also going to take McGregor with TKO/KO. This is the way I'm thinking here. McGregor has always been known to come out flying. Last time he told us he was going to knock somebody out in under 30 seconds. He did it. So I don't see why he's not going to come out fist a flying here. He's one of the most accurate punchers. He also has one of the fiercest punch in the UFC. And Poirier is known for taking a lot of big blows. Over the last 3 fights, he has taken the most critical shots of any other fighter. I don't see Poirier standing up for longer than a round and a half. So I'm actually going to say McGregor, KO, and under a round.
I like that because I think last time these two guys faced, it was a minute 46 or something like that, that McGregor knocked him out. So I like that pick. I have McGregor to win by TKO KO. I think it's minus 200 right now. That's my only UFC pick. I don't know a whole lot about UFC.
So I really thought that the underbet was going to be the only one I'd really roll my eyes at today, but you guys are surprising me. I understand why people want to take sort of the short round bet with Conor McGregor because of just his track record of ending fights so quickly. The thing is, when he gets pushed past the 3rd round, he gasses out so quickly and it doesn't usually end up well for him. The guy's only had 1 fight go the distance in the UFC, and he's on record for saying that it was the closest I felt in the octagon to death because I was just so damn tired. And Poirier is known for having one of the best gas tanks, not only in the lightweight division, but in the entire organization. And that's why I would take Poirier in this. To be honest, I'd say Poirier actually gets the win in a decision, in my opinion.
I think that's a fool's bet because like you said, if it goes further than 3 rounds, it's not going to go further than 3 rounds. McGregor's going to be fine. He's going to have tons of energy, and then he's going to go back and sip some Irish whiskey.
If it does go more than 3, though, I think, like Blake said,
but
that's the only way it can.
But it's not going to. I don't think Poirier has the ability to scramble away from McGregor for that long. A guy who hasn't fought in so long, who is rested, who is by all means in great condition like any other UFC fighter. He just has that history of having that fire in his belly and coming back onto a fight island. Like it just doesn't. I don't see how it's even going to last that long. But Blake, really appreciate you joining us this week. That's another Make or Blake brought to you by KevsCards. Please join us next week. Hit the subscribe button down underneath. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Smitty Middy Show. Blake, thank you.
Take care, guys.